think that could be bipartisan. But let me just say this. I just as that believe that we cannot address our shared challenges if we just retreat behind our borders and we want to talk about outcompeting China. We can't outcompete China or Russia or curb their influence throughout the hemisphere if we drastically cut U.S. diplomatic and development budgets. There's a way why diplomacy is important and what we need to do in our investments, and that would also help with immigration, illegal immigration coming across, because people are leaving certain places looking for a better life because of what's taking place there, and that the United States has to play a role in that, and we can't build the trust that we need to build and sustain partnerships with our partners in regions if the engagement is seen solely as guided by our interest in competition with the PRC, because it says that we don't really care about them. We're just caring about stopping the PRC. And I have been engaged in the Western Hemisphere for most of my congressional career. And when I look at what's taking place down there, particularly when you look at places like Colombia and Brazil and Peru, and I look at some of the things that are taking place there in Central America, the Caribbean, there's issues of whether or not, because what I do see in those things with those governments, with the exception recently of Venezuela primarily, but many of these other countries are democratically elected presidents that the people's voices are crying out for help in certain areas and are looking toward the United States to see where we are. And I know that the president has certain policy priorities that he is putting forward so that we can try to address some of those issues in various parts. So my first question would be then, give us the strategic importance and what are the Biden administration's top policy priorities in Latin America and the Caribbean that addresses some of the concerns that I've just articulated and some of the concerns that we see in some of the countries that are our neighbors and our partners in Central America, in South America, and in the Caribbean.
Maybe I'll kick it off, Ranking Member Meeks, and thank you for your decades of leadership on these issues. We are working as hard as we can to promote a more secure, democratic, and prosperous region. That means delivering support for our allies when they need it. I'll give you the example of Ecuador, where President Noboa has faced tremendous economic, transnational crime and security challenges. We have brought to bear a full array of solutions there. My learned colleagues have traveled to Ecuador to support them on security and development issues. We're working through international financial institutions to provide relief to the crushing debt load that country faces, and we seek to help them become more capable in dealing with the challenges they face. We need to see greater investment from U.S. and like-minded nation private sector players in the region, even though we are the leading trading partner for 2/3 of the countries in our region. IDB Invest can be an important leverage in that effort. I would also note doing things to help countries join the supply chain for electric vehicles and using critical minerals which are abundant in our region, and making sure that U.S. companies have access to those and work with partners so that everyone benefits along the supply chain. EXIM is a crucial partner for us in that regard. I think I mentioned already DFC. Those are all key tools that we have, and we need to be present. We need our diplomats on the field. We need ambassadors in every embassy. We need commercial officers. We need foreign agricultural service officers out there competing every single day, because our competitors have their people on the field working to compete.
Let me ask this real quick, and because there's two areas I want to deal. I help, and I want to know how has the Bureau of Western Hemisphere empowered the Office of the Special Representative for, one of the things that I've worked hard to get down was the racial equity and justice to advance the U.S.-Brazilian Joint Action Plan to eliminate racial and ethnic discrimination, as well as we worked together to promote the U.S.-Colombian Action Plan for Racial and Ethnic Equality, CAPRI, and to address closing civic space for marginalized communities, because in a lot of these countries, these communities are marginalized. Also across the hemisphere, including Nicaragua and Venezuela and Honduras and Peru. So tell me, how's the office, the Bureau, is doing to advance that and working that, and can you do it without any money?
Well, it's a tremendous priority for me. Working with Desiree Cormier-Smith and Esseredge has been incredibly important. We have traveled together to Brazil to hold meetings on our JPR, our Joint Action Plan to eliminate racial discrimination. There, we have a comprehensive interagency approach on those issues in Brazil, and we look forward to receiving our Brazilian counterparts later this year to build on the conversations that we had both in Brazil and here in Washington earlier this spring.
Last thing, I know we got votes coming up, but this is Mr. McCall and I are working closely together. And I know he's going to have another meeting later this week because I'm very concerned about what's taking place in Haiti. And what that deal is and the money that is there. We're working very closely together. He has agreed that we're going to, but tell us, where are we, with reference to this new piece that we can get this thing done, and how important is getting that money that's needed for the security therein?
It's vital, sir. We're making progress on the political side in Haiti. We now have a new prime minister in Haiti. A new cabinet has just been gazetted. It's a group of technocratic experts. Kenyan delegation has visited. They're ready to go. They need us to make sure that we have the things that they need in place. The funding that we seek will allow us to provide crucial things like vehicles, fuel, ammunition, radios, other communication devices. This will be an important partnership with not just Kenya, but a number of countries, Jamaica, Bahamas, others from around the region that will support this effort. The Haitian National Police needs our help to be able to deal with the gang challenges. Every day, Haitians and others are at tremendous risk. We saw the tragic murders of 2 American missionaries last month, and we can't let more people die while we wait to deploy.
And thank you for that. I have a brief